Do you want to be in this or no?
No.
I'm just asking.
Well, I think that everybody has to be in it because there's only 3 of you. And then maybe I could start doing it live.
Be patient with me, guys.
The thing is, though, you could do it with no mat at all, and it still would count.
Yeah, they didn't do yoga on mats back in the day.
We could still do it.
They didn't do
Just
yoga
like we
on
could
mats
do
back
yoga
in
in regular clothes too, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I've only tried that a few times.
LOL, she said to get a bolster, and I.
Oops.
Hey, we match.
See, I'm still. Yeah, I don't know. And I used to have like peppermint oil with me, and I didn't bring it with me this time. So is that going to be good? Is that going to get everybody, or is it just going to get you?
I think it has all 3 of us.
Okay, cool. No, it does. Look at that. Well, I mean, because I'm still very excited as I leave my book in there because it's working. It's working actually. Although I have no idea where I just put. Shit. I didn't leave my book in here. My stuff. I don't know where I put all my stuff I was just writing with. It can't have gone far. Oh, it's right there. Thank you. Welcome into. This is the way my life goes quite often here recently. I'm like, I know it's here somewhere because I haven't left this place. So, and then that's what I try to do. I try to keep a sense of humor without getting like that rage. You know how like I get like really pissed off at myself when I know that I've done this, right? And then so the fact that it was there, like, and the fact that she found it made it even a little more grace. Because if it was me, I'd be like, okay, it's okay. So that should give you some insight into how today's going to go. Yeah, I've not been able to find my words most of the day. But you know what's in retrograde now that's not Mercury? It's Saturn, right? Saturn's in retrograde, which is good. It's either Saturn or Jupiter. I was going to say how I could be wrong. It has to be Jupiter. Anyway, it's kind of good to know some of these things because Mercury's no longer screwing me up. Saturn, whoever is in retrograde right now, is asking you to let go of things, which is good because it syncs with the full moon from last night, which was a buck moon, which is supposed to be coinciding with the deers, the bucks, getting their velvet on their antlers. That's why it's called the buck moon. That's typically what's happening in this time of the year. But it coincides with a couple of different things that are happening universally, which could be whichever planet is in retrograde, which is a good thing. It's either Saturn or Jupiter. A little bit of knowledge is so dangerous for me. But then the Lionsgate portal is right around the corner. And I talked about this last year, but it's a ripe invitation, especially because we're just a little past midway during the year, right? August is knocking on the door. July is saying goodbye, right? And so for me, it was a lovely opportunity for me to look at what's working, what's been working since January, what's not been working since January. And I know how hard it is to let go of anything. So know that as I'm asking you to do what I'm getting ready to ask you to do, know that I know it's hard. But it's also worth it because inevitably, each of you have something, maybe just in your internal narrative with yourself, that you're tired of. You're tired of the same conversation. You're tired of the same thing coming up. This is just you with you. This is nobody else, okay? And I know how difficult it is to change that internal narrative. So today, the invitation is to find a way to let go of 1%. of that internal narrative. So for me, with certainty, and I'm sure some of you know this already, before I even get here, before I even sat down to meet with y'all, I've rehearsed this in my mind multiple times. I've told several different stories about me being successful. I've told even more stories about me being completely horrible, and maybe have not even given myself space for the in between, for this just to be what I need to let go and a space for you to do. So mine is to maybe let go of just a little bit of that constant filter of, if I just going to be okay. And if I don't do this, it's going to be okay. Or if I show up with trust, it's going to be okay. Like, can you find a way to create a space for you to finally just be able to sit with whatever's showing up to you today? Like for me, as soon as I wake up in the morning, my mind is going. Part of that's Gemini, but part of that's just in my training as a lawyer. I'm always going to fix something. When y'all, there's really not necessarily something to always fix, but that's where my mind goes. And so my challenge for the rest of this year is to let this be an invitation to let go just a little bit. Like, what if I trust that when I show up with y'all, whatever this practice invites me to share will be what you need? What if I let go of the need to micromanage every part of this practice so that you can receive what you need? Yeah. What if I allow this video recording to let me get past something else that I have a block for, right? You can do the same thing. But it has to be something that you're sick of with yourself. It can't be anybody else. Like, you don't have to report this to anybody. Last night I was talking to Faith about this, and I was encouraging Faith to write something down. I said last night was the full moon. I'm like, I just want you to write one thing down. And she was like, she started. I said, don't tell me. She's like, but Mom, I said, I don't want you to tell me. This is a conversation with you. So this is not something that anybody else might even notice that you change if you change it. It's just for you. And so last night she wrote something down on a piece of paper and she put it under her pillow. Maybe you do that tonight. They're still lingering from the full moon that was last night. It still will work. And the process of writing it down, the process of putting pen to paper, it's very sacred too, right? Put it down, put it in paper, put it under your pillow. Maybe it's something that you think about that comes to you today, and then see if you can let it go without the whole world knowing or having to know. It's just you, dear ones. It's your work. That's all this practice is about. And most of the time, nobody's ever going to see your work, but you will feel it and you will notice it in how you react with other people. So let's try that today, starting out in child's pose. So blocks at the top of the mat, ball handy. And then we'll see what shows up. So let's start in child's pose. And you can start in a wide-legged child's pose, okay? Knees out wide. It almost said like wild-legged. How about wide-legged? Knees out wide, big toes together. And then take a moment once you settle there. I'm going to stop the music for a few moments. I know, Janice, you're welcome. Like, just let me welcome your nose to running the entire time. So just let it go, right? And so everyone, once you're there, go ahead and take a slow, deep inhale in whatever way serves you. Fill it up completely, and then an audible sigh to let it all go. And then for a few moments here, allow your human to land. And as you take a few moments here to invite the end of July, a slow, deep breath to say goodbye to July. Only you know how much you truly showed up for you in July. Only you know how much you learned. And only you truly know how much you grew in ways that no one else could see. Take a slow, deep breath and honor everything that showed up for you in July, including the doors that closed so something better could open. Don't rush past your progress, dear ones. Honor the accomplishments that you've made. But then a moment to welcome this new month of August, to leave the worries behind. There's fresh energy, fresh opportunities, and unexpected blessings. So take another moment here now before we welcome in movement to welcome hope over fear, faith over doubt, and gratitude over regret, and a moment to allow August to show you how good it can get. And just remember this, dear ones. It takes courage to see the best in ourselves when life has shown us its worst. It takes strength to lead with love when our hearts have felt so much hurt. But remember what a gift it is to live this life and choose to be a vessel for something good. Take one more breath right here. Begin to press your hands, your fingertips into the earth with the arms up alongside the head. As you draw the belly button in and reach the hips back, take one more breath right where you are. Begin to slowly walk your hands over towards the right until maybe that left hand lands on top of the right. And when it does, draw the left hip back. Take one more breath right here. Slowly walking your hands back through center to start exploring the same side body stretch on the other side. A moment to root those fingertips in as you draw the right hip back and feel that for a breath. Slowly walking your hands back through center. Once they arrive, walk those fingertips out a little bit deeper, just noticing all of the space you've created in the spine. There's one more breath right here. And then from here, slowly walking your hands back until they land under the shoulders. And once they land there with the fingers spread wide, knees under your hips, a few traditional cat-cows. So find your way to your tabletop. And then very slowly, you can even move with the eyes still closed here. Lower the belly, lift the chin, pull the heart through as you inhale and reach those sits bones up. And then round and press the earth away as you exhale. And there's two more like that. So inhale to pull the heart through, even gripping the fingertips with the mat. And then rounding as you exhale. There's one more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Now stay in that rounded cat back for one extra breath. And then keeping that rounded back, extend the right leg, toes tucked, and take a moment just to press away through the heel and open up the space behind the right knee. And as you continue to press away with the earth here, lower the belly, lift the chin, pull the heart through right back to that cow pose. And then as you round, chin to the chest, right back to that cat, pressing away with the right heel. Let's do two more like that. Lower the belly, lift the chin, inhale, pull it through. Very nice, y'all. Exhale, round and press it away. There's one more like that. Inhale to pull it through. Exhale and round. So stay in that cat back again for one more breath. Then as you find a neutral spine and invite the right knee to join the left. One regular cat-cow, lower and lift. And then round again. And this time, the left leg will then extend back. As you continue to find that cat back, scoop the belly in, press away with the left heel, breathe. And then a few cat-cows here. Lower the belly, lift the chin, and inhale. And then round and press the earth away as you exhale. You have 2 more like that. Inhale, keep pressing away with that left heel so you can feel what's happening in that left hamstring and the left calf. There's 1 more like that. Inhale and exhale. Now find the neutral spine. Bring the left knee to join the right. As you squeeze the elbows in, slightly shift the torso forward. That's your inhale. How slowly can you lower as you exhale until the forehead lands? Once it lands, tent those fingertips. There's a slight bend to both elbows. Go ahead and take your feet out the width of the mat too. We're going to wave the cobra here. Slowly, intentionally press that pelvis into the mat. Then inhale, lift, pull the heart through as you soften those shoulders down. Exhale and lower. So 2 more like this. So inhale, pull it through, press down with the tops of your feet. Exhale and lower. Let's do 1 more like that. Inhale and exhale. But this time, as you inhale and lift, I want you to linger for a bit, because as you linger, the invitation is to gaze out past the right shoulder and stay there for a moment. And then to gaze forward to reset, and then out past the left shoulder to linger there for a moment. And then as you gaze forward and inhale here, everything lowers. Forehead lands, the arms are alongside the body. Maybe you take a moment to circle the wrists, to wiggle the fingers, to bend the knees and windshield wiper the legs. But after you give yourself 1 more breath here, let the legs find stillness. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Find your way back to your tabletop first, and then right back to that child's pose. The same way we started, but now we've created a little bit more space. We've created a little bit more energy so that you can now notice what the body is telling you today. Life continues to invite you to dance with more possibility. What is the body asking you to dance with today? 1 more breath where you are. Then your next inhale brings you back to your tabletop. And once you are there, you'll take your ball. And we're using her for not evil today, for good. We're using the ball for good. So I'm hoping I plant the seed, whoops, and everybody's happy with the ball. So you'll extend your right leg first, take the ball behind the knee, and then draw the heel to the booty, right hand back to the earth. Okay?
Are you sure this is for good?
Yeah, so you're drawing your heel towards you're really squeezed, and we're getting into that hamstring. This is actually should help your lower back with what we did last week. So lower the belly, lift the chin, inhale, gaze. Shoot the heel up to the ceiling as you gaze up. There you go. Knee to the nose, chin to the chest. Really squeeze that ball. 4 more like this. Inhale to shoot the heel up and gaze up. And then exhale, knee to the nose. Press the earth away. You have 3 more. Inhale. Shoot that heel up. Pull the heart through. There you go. Exhale, round. Press the earth away. Chin to the chest. Good. 2 more. Here we go. Draw it in. Press it away. Heel to the ceiling. Last one like that. Inhale and exhale. Now, dear ones, I want you to draw the knee to the nose, but look down at your right thumb. Bring your right foot to the right thumb. Let go of that ball to the side. There you go. Bring both hands to the right knee, top of the left foot flat to the earth. And as you bring both hands to the right knee, begin to press your hands into the knee. Create resistance. Lift with your heart in your chest. And then, can you allow the hips to sink a little bit more? Pressing down with the top of the left foot. Take another breath here. See what it feels like to extend those arms up. As you reach out through the fingertips, take a breath here. Now bring the palms together in prayer behind your neck, continuing to squeeze the elbows in. See what it feels like to gaze up and pull the heart through. Very challenging here. Now, interlace the fingers, but keep the index fingers pointed up and behind you. Maybe this invites a little bit more of a back bend as you gaze up and take one more breath. Now gaze forward, bring your hands to your heart. Let your hands frame the right foot. Begin to straighten the right leg for your half split, starting with the sole of the foot to the earth. And once the leg straightens, take a moment to tense your fingertips to lift the torso and find that length first. And then begin to draw your head towards the inside of the right knee. And as you do that, flex the foot, spread the toes wide, focus on drawing the right big toe towards the center of the right knee. And for a moment, just breathe, feel it, and allow. Because from here, you'll bring the sole of the right foot back to the earth, left hand on the inside of the right foot. Let us twist to the right. And as you twist to the right arm extends up. You press that right shoulder blade back. As you gaze up with the fingertips, you'll lift with your chest as well. There's one more breath here. And then the left leg sweeps to the side. This becomes an opportunity for a supported side plank. The right leg can extend. Maybe the foot is on the mat or it lifts. If you lift that leg, flex the foot or point the toes, make it intentional. The right arm can extend up and all the way over. So as you reach out through the fingertips and the toes, nice, y'all. There's one more breath here. And then let the right hand join the left, the right toes tuck on the mat. Happy high plank. It's the first one. It's so much fun to be in this happy high plank for 3. Keep pressing away for 2. One more breath here. And then as you squeeze the elbows in, slowly lower all the way to the earth. And once you do, just wave the cobra once this time. Peel it away, pull the heart through, and then lower. Tabletop as you inhale. A brief visit in your child's pose as you exhale. Again, just noticing, what can you release that you no longer need? One more breath here. Here we go. Your next inhale brings you to your tabletop. And once again, you'll take that ball and you'll place it behind the left knee, the left thigh. And then you'll start to squeeze. I know it's always awkward at first, but then the body's like, okay, I got you. So as you draw the heel towards the booty, gaze up and shoot the heel up as you inhale, pulling the heart through. And then chin to the chest, knee to the nose as you exhale. Good. We have 4 more like that. Inhale to shoot that heel up. Exhale, knee to the nose. Keep those arms strong and long for 3. Inhale, shoot the heel up. Exhale, knee to nose. For 2, inhale and exhale. One more like that. Inhale and exhale. And as you draw that knee to your nose, look down to the left thumb and then step the left foot to the left thumb and remove the ball to the side. Both hands to that left knee as you press down with the top of the right foot. Create resistance. Press in, lift with your chest. And then, if it's available for you here, let those hips sink, getting deeper into the left hamstring. Stay here for a breath. And then extending the arms up, press down with the top of the right foot, belly button draws in. This will help you stay supported as you take a breath here. And then as you bring your hands together in prayer behind the neck, you're inviting the heart to lift and the gaze to lift. But this could be more challenging. It is for me on this side. So maybe you interlace those fingers, point to the wall behind you, and invite a little bit more of a back bend as you gaze up. Breathe, dear ones. Because now, as you bring your hands to your heart space and gaze forward, the hands will come down and frame the left foot as you straighten that left leg. The sole of the foot starts on the earth. Notice what that feels like in your left hamstring. And then you can tense your fingertips and lengthen through the spine here as you flex the foot and inhale. Yeah. And then bow down a bit more as you exhale. And if your hamstring is angry like mine, you might feel this all the way up your back to your neck. That just means you're doing it right. So take one more breath where you are. And then the sole of the left foot finds its way back to the earth as you bend the left knee. Right hand on the inside of that left foot as you twist to the left. And as you take a moment to invite the heart to lift and you gaze up, breathe. Because supported side plank is next. You'll sweep the right leg to the side, the left leg then extends, and you decide if the toes stay anchored on the earth or if you lift that leg. You can point the toes or flex the foot, but then that arm extends all the way back up and over, and as you take a breath here and just notice how you feel. Happy high plank is next. You'll take that inhale to press the earth away, to feel your strength here. And then everything slowly lowers together. And it's waving your cobra or any other type of back bend that serves you. And then everything is inviting you back to a few moments in your child's pose, just a few. To bring the arms alongside the body, to turn the palms up, to maybe roll the head from side to side, to maybe notice how it feels to move with trust and a little bit of joy and gratitude sprinkled into all of it. Because no matter what changes you might wish for this body, it has gotten you this far. So a moment of gratitude for every muscle, every joint, every breath, because you're still breathing. So here we go, dear ones. Let your next inhale bring you back to your tabletop, and your exhale takes you back to your down dog. Oh, not back. It's your first down dog, right? So tuck the toes, lift the hips. Maybe you shake your head yes and no. You have 5 breaths, dear ones. What do you need here? Do you just need a space to feel all the ways that your human has grown in this practice? Maybe you just need a space to be here with other kindred spirits. Maybe you need a moment for me to shut my pie hole so that you can listen to whatever is coming up in yours. I'll give you a moment here. Because now, as you bring your feet together and find a slight bend to both knees, take an inhale there. Find your way to the top of your mat as you exhale. So a moment here with your fingertips under your toes. Maybe your hands are under your feet. Of course, if you prefer to just let the arms dangle, that's okay as well. But give yourself another breath or two right here. And then let's start to build just a little bit more. Fingertips to your shins. Halfway lift. Inhale. Gaze forward. Exhale, lower. Squeeze as if you have an invisible ball in between your thighs and slowly around and rise all the way to the top. Once you arrive here, extend those arms up as you reach out through the fingertips. Take an inhale. Let the palms find each other. Invite them to land into your heart space as you exhale. And for a moment, as you stand in the wisdom of your footprints with your eyes closed, notice how it feels to come home in this space, in your human that is always safe. We just have to stop leaving. So now, as you bring the arms alongside the body, let's explore Tadasana or the mountain pose. Look down at your toes, lift those toes, spread them wide, and root each of them into the earth. Then tuck the booty under, draw the belly button to the spine, find a lift in your chest and a tuck in your chin. Because now as you root down with those toes and lengthen out the top of your head, maybe you can feel that greatness simmering just beneath the surface, because I do. Take a breath. With your next inhale, extend the arms up and gaze up. As you exhale, bend the knees, lower the hips just like that. You're into your most favorite pose of the day so far. It is your chair pose, yeah? So embrace the struggle of this pose, knowing that the strength is right there. So root the toes down, sit a little bit deeper, take 2 more breaths, because even once you have this, life is going to say, here we go. Left heel starts to lift as you shift the weight into the right foot. Left foot starts to lift as you start to lift that left knee. Then bring your hands to the left knee and help it lift a little bit more. So as you help it lift, flex the foot, lift that left big toe and draw your belly in, because now, as you press the right big toe into the earth, I want you to stack your hands on top of that knee just like we did in that low lunge and create resistance. Press your hands into the knee and let the knee resist the hands as you keep the chest lifted here for 3. I feel it too for 2. There's one more like this. Now, just extend those arms all the way up. Take a breath here. Begin to hinge forward at your hips. Left toes to the back of the mat. Rotate that left heel down. Warrior one as I almost fall over, giving you the options. Yeah. So right knee is above the ankle. Keep those hips squared as you tuck the booty under. Extend the arms up. So take a moment. Very nice, you guys. Warrior one is one of those, right? Where the hip is squared off, but still sort of open. So now let's play with that paradox a little bit more. Palms come together in prayer behind the neck again. Squeeze the elbows in. Start to lift with your gaze. See if you can find this gentle lean back, but then, right, there's an invitation for more. Interlace the fingers. Point to the wall behind you. See if you can lift the gaze a little bit more. Take one more breath here. Just let it develop. Because then as you bring your hands to your heart space and gaze forward, this is your opportunity to play with either a warrior 3 or a supported warrior 3. You can reach out to those blocks. Bring your hands to the blocks. Shift the weight into the right leg. And the left leg can extend. Of course, your hands can be at your heart if you like. Maybe the arms come out wide. But take nice 2 more breaths here, y'all. One more. Then let the left foot land beside the right. Stand up tall as you inhale and extend those arms up. And return to your chair pose as you exhale. Take a breath here. Nice. Sit a little bit deeper again. I mean, why not play with it? Here we go. Nice, y'all. So right heel lifts, right foot, right knee rises. And then we help it out a little bit, right? You reach down and find the knee. Give her a little bit of help and lift it a little bit. But then once you find it, root down with the left big toe. Press your hands into the knee. Start to create resistance and draw the knee up as you keep lifting with your chest. Take another breath here. And then extend the arms up. Begin to hinge forward. Warrior 3. Oh, no, it's your warrior 1. So the right toes land. Rotate the right heel down. Keep the hips squared again. Everything tucks under. And we're right back in the same awkward pose that we did on the other side. Take a breath. Feel it. Let your palms come together in prayer. Bring them behind the neck as you squeeze the elbows in. And then see what kind of back bend is available for you here. Can you trust that lower back and the strength in your legs? Then as you interlace the fingers, point to the wall behind you. See if that gives you a little bit of space to create an even deeper back bend here for a breath. But then you'll bring your hands to your heart space first and gaze forward because your warrior 3 is next. So you'll hinge forward at your hips. As you shift the weight into the left leg, the right leg extends, remembering that you have blocks at the top, but you have 3 more breaths here. Where can you find more strength? Maybe it's reaching out through the heel or the top of your head. Good. There's one more breath. You guys look so good. When you're ready, right foot lands beside the left. Rise up, stand up tall as you inhale. Root down with your toes and lift with your heels. Take a breath here. That should feel delicious. Lower those heels. Hinge forward. Halfway lift from here. There's your inhale. Hands framed both feet. Happy high plank. Big, deep, cleansing inhale there. Let the exhale lower you all the way, and you decide, cobra, up dog, what kind of back bend do you need to open that heart? And then everything guides you to your down dog. And now that we're there, let's add on a little bit more. So just shake your head yes and no. Because now you'll bring your feet together and the right leg extends all the way up and back. Take a moment to circle that ankle, to bend the knee and open the hip. And maybe this is where you stay. Or maybe you look underneath the left armpit and see where that right foot can come down and you flip your dog. Slowly, mindfully, that's it. That was perfect, Janice, that's it. Kelly, take another breath where you are. And then come right back through to your three-legged dog. That's your inhale. Knee to your nose is your exhale. Hold it there for a moment. Let that sensation build. And then look down at your right thumb, right foot, right thumb. So stay in this runner's lunge for a moment, just to allow the hips to sink and to begin to lift with your gaze. Then root down with the left hand, twisting to the right. So as you reach up with the fingertips here, press that right shoulder blade down and back. One more breath right here. Now, right hand on the inside of the right foot. Straighten that right leg as you rotate the left heel down and find your way to a wide-legged forward fold, where we have 3 breaths here. Maybe opposite elbows and the torso dangles, or the fingertips stay to the floor of the mat. Whatever you need, there's one more breath. Microbend in both knees here. Nice, y'all. Now, fingertips to the floor of the mat helps you lift up halfway to inhale and lengthen through the spine first, and then as you exhale and lower. Left hand under the forehead as you begin to twist to the right. Let your chest lift as you reach those right fingertips up and gaze up. Take a breath right here. Turn your right toes to the top of the mat. Now, this is one of my favorite transitions. Root down with the right foot. Left foot steps up to join the right. How lightly can that booty land? Yeah, your boat pose is waiting for you. I know, you all did it. So, yeah, grab your ball again. This one's a little evil. Not really evil, but a little. Right in between the legs. Now, if you start to feel something down here, then just, opt out. This should protect it, though. So, find a long spine, hands to your knees, lift your heels. Start to rock back on those sits bones. Then as you squeeze the ball, extend the arms. I feel this a little bit in my lower back. You okay? Yeah, she smiled. She's so good. Take a breath here. Now squeeze the ball, hands to your heart, press, lift with your chest and inhale. Twist to the right as you exhale. Hold that for a breath. Unwind and squeeze the ball for a breath. And then go to the other side. Hold that for a breath. Ooh. Unwind, squeeze the ball for a breath. And then let that ball go. Roll all the way down on your back. Hug those knees in. That should feel delicious. How about a full body stretch first? Reach out through the fingertips and the toes. Big, deep inhale. Make some noise as you let go of that air. Yeah, hug the knees in. Start rocking up and towards a seated position. But the third time will guide you to your happiest of high planks. So you'll rock up, sweep the legs through. You'll find that happy high plank and take an inhale. Letting that exhale lower you to pull the heart through again and inhale. Down dog as you exhale. For 3 breaths, dear ones, because now you know exactly what to expect on the other side. So now, feet come together. Left leg extends up and back. And again, you can circle the ankle, you can flex the foot. What feels differently on this side? It should. So just take a moment and notice it. And as you bend the knee and open the hip, notice this, that you can stay here or very slowly, lightly flip that dog. Feel all of the challenges of that transition to take a breath right here. And then you make your way back to your 3-legged dog first, and then it's the knee to the nose. And you let it get closer, and you look down and you see it getting closer, and then you see your left thumb, and then left foot, left thumb. As the right hand roots into the earth, you twist to the left, and you'll gaze up, and you'll start to feel the hips sink as you feel the heart open, and you'll take one more breath right here. Left hand on the inside of the left foot. Rotate the right heel down, wide-legged forward fold. Now, what do you need here for 3 breaths? Maybe it's just a release. Maybe you need to shake your head yes and no. But then fingertips to the mat or the floor. Invite you to lift the torso halfway to find that length in the spine first. And then lower. As the right hand roots under the forehead, you'll twist to the left. And as you start to gaze up, You'll take another breath, and you can't wait for this transition, yeah. Left toes to the top of the mat. Right foot joins the left. You're preparing to land lightly in that boat pose. But just to make sure that you have equal fun this time, I see you, Kelly. That was hard what she just did. Put the ball back in between your legs. I know. While you're blowing your nose, Janice, all at the same time. It's amazing that you can do all of that. So squeeze the ball, arms extend, take a breath here. Look, and you're breathing better than you ever did before. Bring your hands to your heart, press them into each other. Take an inhale here. Twist to the left first this time. Yeah, hold that. And then unwind for a moment. Press your hands, squeeze the ball, and then twist to the right. And you'll hold that again for a breath. And then as you unwind, you'll remove the ball. Yeah, I know you want to throw it at me. And then roll all the way down and hug those knees in. And then take a full body stretch, just one. And then as you hug those knees in again, then you just rock all the way up and through until you find your way to a happy high plank. Yeah. And you get to that happy high plank and you smile because you're so happy in that happy high plank. You just can't stand yourself. You're so freaking happy there. Yeah, I'm going to say it, Kelly, until you take that vinyasa and you settle back into your down dog for 3 breaths. Of course, it could be child's pose. It could be anything, actually, right? As long as you feel yourself in your skin and your breath and your lungs, yeah, things are still going okay. So let's begin again at the top. Slight bend to both knees as you inhale to the top of your mat. As you exhale, you have 3 breaths here, dear ones. What do you need? With the last breath here, let's play just a bit more. Fingertips to your shins, halfway lift, that's your inhale. Exhale, lower. Here we go. Rise up all the way. Inhale. Return to your chair pose as you exhale, but just for 1 breath this time. So now, as you lift the left heel, left foot, left knee rises, take a hold of it again and help it first. So help it lift first and flex the foot. Then get in your own way, right? Create resistance. Press your hands into the knee. Draw the knee into the hands. Get in your own way. And then get out of your own way. Take a hold of the space behind the left knee. Extend that leg. You can stay here as you flex the foot and spread the toes wide, or the arms extend. You choose 3 breaths here. And then 2. There's 1 more. And then traveling through to area 3. So as you begin to kick that heel back, maybe you point the toes, the arms are alongside the body, whatever you need. There's 1 more breath. Then let's land as lightly as we can in that warrior 1 where we've been before. Arms extend, palms come together, and then they land behind the neck, and you find this gentle lean back. Then you interlace and point those index fingers to the wall behind you, which helps you maybe find a deeper back bend. But then as you bring your hands to your heart and you gaze forward, warrior 3 is next. Hinge forward at your hips, shift the weight into the right leg, left leg extends. Maybe those arms go out wide. What do you need here? Take another breath. Now this time I want you to land as lightly as you can in your high lunge, which means the ball of the left foot lands. Arms will extend up here as you inhale. Take a breath. Now let the hands come down and frame the right foot. Right leg, 3-legged dog. We've been there. So bend the knee and open the hip. How slowly would you like to flip your dog? Or of course you could opt out altogether. But whatever it is, find it slowly, mindfully now and breathe. Then flip right back through your 3-legged dog as you inhale. Knee to the nose as you exhale. Right foot, right thumb, twisting to the right. Now, as you gaze up at the right fingertips, I want you to tent those left fingertips. Because when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to rise up into that twisted crescent. Very challenging transition there. Yeah, so give yourself a moment. That's it. Give yourself a moment here to land. Because after you take one more breath here, you'll bring your hands together. And as you press them together and lift your heart to reach those hands, the left elbow lands on the right knee. And this definitely is that pose that nobody loves. Know that you are not alone. Maybe you decide to open the arms out wide because whatever you choose, there's 3 breaths here. And then for 2. And whether or not you open those arms out wide, it doesn't matter, because from here I want you to step the left foot up to join the right. And as you stay here, you have 2 more breaths. 1 more. And then finally, unwinding and letting it all go. Yes. Halfway lift here. Inhale. And then exhale. Let's do it all over again on the other side. Here we go. Rising up first as you inhale. Return to your chair pose as you exhale. So we know this is about the marathon, not the sprint, right? So give yourself a breath here. And then the right heel lifts. The right foot lifts. And then the right knee rises, right? So at first, we help ourselves out. Give that knee a little bit of a lift. Flex the foot. Find the balance. Then get in your own way. Press the knee down and resist it. Draw the knee up. Feel the strength building there. Then hands behind the knee to help it lift as you extend the leg. And maybe the arms extend here. You have 3 breaths. And 2. Nice. Now it's warrior 3. Begin to sweep the leg through. Arms can be out wide or alongside the body, because after you take 1 more breath here, we will land lightly in our warrior 1. Let the right toes land, rotate the heel down, hips squared to the top. Arms extend up, palms find each other, and then they land at the back of the neck. And as you start to build this back bend, you'll interlace the fingers and point to the wall behind you and take a breath right here. Now, as you gaze forward, your hands come to your heart space and inhale, warrior 3. As you exhale, shift forward. Take a moment here. So nice, y'all. Take 1 more breath right where you are. And then land as lightly as you can in your high lunge. Just step that foot back and land. Good. Take a breath right there. And then let the hands come down and frame the left foot, right leg, or left leg, 3-legged dog. Yeah. Bend the knee, open the hips, stay there, or flip it, whatever you need. There you go. But honor that journey, because it's not easy, whichever one you chose. Take a breath. Come right back to your 3-legged dog first. Then it's a knee to the nose. And then it's the left foot, left thumb, right hand stays where it is as you twist to the left. Let those hips sink. Take a moment here just to feel that. Yep. As you tent the right fingertips, that is the invitation to slowly rise up into your twisted crescent. I know it's a very challenging transition, so rise all the way up into it. That's it, Janice, that's it. I know, me too, me too. And then as you keep those arms out wide, fingers spread wide, take 1 more breath right here. And then bring your hands together and elbow anchors on the left knee. And we're here for 3. I know, Kelly, is it your favorite? It's not mine either. Like, I can't stand this one if I'm honest. Now, right foot steps up to join the left. You can open those arms if you haven't already. There's 3 more breaths here. And 2. Last one. Let us slowly unwind. Halfway lift here. And then lower. Let us rise up all the way first. And as you're rooting down with those toes, reach out through the fingertips and then lift your heels. This should feel the lovely. Take another breath. And then lower those heels, slight bend to your knees. Let us hinge forward from here. Halfway lift. Take your inhale. Hands frame both feet. Step, step, happy high plank. So, yeah. I feel like we love the happy high plank now. So how about you take a few more breaths, deciding how much you love it. And then lower all the way down. And for a few moments, just let your forehead rest on your hands. Right, take a moment to shift your hips from side to side. But maybe you just take a moment and land here. Because sometimes there can be so much wisdom in the pause. Because sometimes in these moments where we pause is the only time we can actually see how much we've changed. So take a moment here, dear ones, a moment of reverence to you, to your life, to this breath, to this precious moment, honoring you. From here, find a way to allow your elbows to come under your shoulders. So sit right up on those forearms. Take a moment to spread your fingers wide. Maybe you notice that that middle finger is lined up with your elbow, and begin to grip the fingertips into the mat or the floor as if you could pull all of it a little bit closer. It's just an energetic shift, because as you do that, it invites the heart to pull through. As you press down with the top of the pelvis, see if you can lengthen out the top of your head, and take another breath here. Just let this subtle back bend build. See what it feels like to bend the right knee and draw that heel towards your booty, as if you could squeeze that ball again like we did at the beginning. And then slowly lower it. Maybe the heart pulls through a little bit more. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Left knee bends. Draw the heel in like you're squeezing that ball. Take another breath. And then lowering it. Because now you'll simply just lift the right elbow and look out past the right shoulder. Breathe. Lower the right elbow, lift the left elbow, gaze out past the left shoulder and breathe. And then as you lower the left elbow, you have the option now to lift both elbows. If it serves you, let it. Pull the heart through. See if you can linger here for 2 more breaths. And then 1 more. And then everything lowers and lands. As your forehead lands, bring the arms alongside the body with the palms facing down. Take a breath right here. Because now as you bend both of your legs, you'll reach back and see if you can find the ankles or the feet. Bow pose is where we're going. So maybe you flex those feet. And as you begin to lift, head, neck, chest, chin, and shoulders, press the feet or the ankles into the hands. There you go. Start to lift and pull the heart through. And give yourself a few more breaths here to explore. Yeah, keep drawing the legs in towards each other. That's it. That's it, Janice. Keep lifting a little bit more. I know. I was just waiting for somebody to smile because it's ridiculous. Not just like looking at me, Teresa. Come on, take another breath. Now, very slowly release all of it. Let your hands stack back under your forehead. Roll your head from side to side. Any other movement that you need here. But then my legs. Hands will find their way back under your shoulders. Tabletop first as you inhale. The invitation is an extended puppy from here, dear ones, which means your hips stay elevated above your knees. You'll walk your hands out until the forehead lands on the earth. Now, some of you may stop there. But some like to explore bringing the chin to the mat. It gets super, super deep, not only in the shoulders, but in the lower back, in the heart space, but whatever allows you to simply release here for 3 breaths. That is the invitation. To feel the breath moving through the body. To know
that the best is yet to come. So let your next inhale invite you back to your tabletop.
As you sweep the legs to the side, find a seated position back on your booty. And then if you're going to need anything on the mat, like if you want to use anything for your Shavasana, just make sure it's kind of handy. But first things first, let's roll all the way down first. And see, I didn't have enough time to do the pigeon again. Aren't you glad I gave you options? Because you could do a supine pigeon right here, my loves. The right foot could land on the left thigh, and you could give that right hip a little love as you bend the left leg and sort of shift from side to side. Yeah, just like that. Just give the outer edge of the right hip a little bit of love. And then maybe you pause for a moment and draw your head up so you get a little bit deeper into that right hip for a breath. And then as you release the torso back to the earth, hug both knees in as you release the right foot from the left thigh, take a breath. And then see what it feels like to bring the left foot to the right thigh. A little supine pigeon on this side. Maybe just that subtle shift to the right, keeping that left foot flexed because the outer edge of my hip is like, what? Take 2 more breaths here. And then, dear ones, as you release that supine pigeon, what else do you need? Maybe you'd like to extend the legs up and give those ankles a little circle. Maybe you'd like to take the legs out wide. Right? Maybe there's a shoulder stand that you'd like to play with. Right? Maybe just extending the legs up for a few moments and seeing what else your human needs for rest. Right? Give yourself a little bit of time here. Maybe 3 breaths to figure out what you need for your Shavasana. Because then, my loves, you shall begin to release the body towards the earth. And that could be with a full body stretch, taking a moment to squeeze the eyelids together, to squeeze the lips together, to spread the fingers wide and point the toes. Take a big, deep inhale, taking it all the way in, and then sigh it out. And then make fists. Flex your feet. Reach your eyebrows up to the top of your head. Open your mouth. Stick your tongue out. Everything energizes for 1 more breath. And then let it all go. If you wanted anything for your rest, a bolster, a blanket, anything, now is the time to grab that. And then you start to allow your body to release. You start to allow your body a moment to realize that there's nothing else that you need to do. There's no other place you need to be. Right here, right now. With this constant invitation to lovingly release everything that is no longer serving your highest good. To let go of fear and doubt, resentment, limiting beliefs, anything hanging heavy on your soul right now. A moment to forgive what you cannot change and to make space for peace, clarity, and new beginnings. Trusting that every ending creates room for something even better. Reminding yourself that you are lighter, that you are freer, that you welcome healing, growth, and positive transformation, both in your life and in your mind. And so rest, dear ones, and welcome all that is waiting, because the best is yet to come. So just begin very slowly to welcome the energy back into the body, back to the sound of my voice. A moment to slowly wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe to just as slowly circle the wrist, the ankles. Maybe one more full body stretch. Big, deep inhale, audible sigh as you let it all go. Finding your way into the fetal position, rolling to one side or the other for a moment, just lingering there, noticing how your human feels now. Welcome home, dear ones. Slowly find your way back up to your seated position, whatever that means for you. Once you arrive there, bringing both of your hands back to your heart space, let's reconnect for one more slow, deep breath. And then just a slight bow here, honoring yourself and your practice today. And with deep, deep gratitude, namaste.
Namaste.
Yeah. Can I just stay in here with y'all? I have that feeling every time I teach. Like, can I just stay? It just feels much nicer in here than it does out there. But thanks for playing. And then, like, thanks for letting me film you. Yeah, we'll see how it turned out. Every time I started walking and seeing myself in it, I was like, no. So you see how I resisted. I did not want to be in it, but you guys were in. So
Thanks for